Hey, hey, hey.
Hey Mo. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Are you? Are you great?
Fuck no. How you doing?
I feel ill. I feel sick. I
It
do. I
makes
actually do
me
feel sick.
ill. You
I
feel
feel
sick? Well,
sick.
you look good. Your color is
Thank
looking
you.
good.
It's a filter. It's a filter. It's a filter.
Whatever.
It's a filter. Whew.
How you
Whoo
doing?
child.
Besides being
I
ill.
mean just trying to figure out what is we gonna do?
I
This
was
has been
just
a
thinking
crazy
about it.
week.
Yeah.
Hadn't even been a week. It started Thursday. It started popping off on Thursday.
We're
And
rolling
it's
back
been
in.
nonstop.
I mean, I don't remember that period of time, but we're rolling back into like the executive powers times where like the president just has all kinds of power without any kind of checks. He doesn't need agencies, don't their expertise doesn't matter.
That's a king. That's called a king.
He's a king, yeah.
It's called a monarch.
That's what our title is.
I,
Who will be
I,
I mean,
I,
well, our
I don't
descriptions. Who
know.
will be king? And this
I
dumbass
don't know.
Biden is like,
He said
oh,
it. This dumbass.
I will uphold the law. Like, you're president, you have immunity. Do something. Do something like they would
Let's
do.
get some official acts, homie. What's your official
Right?
act?
Do some official
I,
acts.
this is a criticism I have of Democrats is, and I blame Michelle. I blame Michelle for this. You know, when they go low, we go high. No, we need to get in the mud with
Michelle
everybody
Obama?
else. Yes.
She's
When they
somebody
go
white.
low, yeah, but she said it, and what she said, everybody applauded. But that's the problem with the Democratic Party.
Yes, they
When
want
they go low, we go high. You want to
to.
stick to these ideals. Meanwhile, you're losing the country. You're losing stuff. Like get in the mud, get in it with these people. You know, you showing up with words and doctrine and information when they got guns and knives and they storm in the Capitol. Like, what are you
Right?
doing?
Yeah.
So I mean, kudos to the Republicans or to the crazy publicans. I don't know what you gotta call them.
They know how to get stuff done. Even when
I mean,
when things are stacked against them, they don't care. Oh, you can't elect someone, and if it's your second term and you're the end of your term, you can't elect somebody into the Supreme Court
yeah, we can't
if
do
it's the
that.
end of your term. But oh yeah, wait, we can.
Amy Coney Barrett, boom. Yeah.
Period. Poop.
Yep.
So it's just like I'm sick of Democrats. They lack strategy. They don't care. They're just corporate slaves anyway. They're just doing anything what corporations want anyway. They're just the I don't even know if they're
I'm
the lesser
just
two evil. They're a different kind of evil.
they just need to grow a pair. That's all I'm saying. Is
Yeah.
just get in the game. Get in the
Right.
game. Like, what are you doing? You
I
I
think
mean, you sent a tweet. What was the
Mhm.
tweet? It was like, oh,
You're
Joe Biden
press
said, oh, when I'm president, I'm gonna codify Roe v.
Roe v.
Wade. And someone's
Wade.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, what was it? You know, big homie, like you are the president, like right
Yeah. He said
now.
if I'm reelected, I'll codify Roe v. Wade. And somebody's like, dude, you're president now.
Right now. Like, what are you doing right now?
Right now, besides being you can't say spaz anymore according to Lizzo. So besides being in a fugue state, like
I
what the
mean,
hell?
I don't know what we're doing. It's so it started off Thursday with the
Mhm.
debate. I don't know what I expected.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. I'll tell you that. It wasn't that bad. I mean, I expected it to be, he's old. I'm not under any, delusion of what's going on. He's 81. Trump is 78.
Mhm.
We're already screwed. What is
Yeah.
that? I feel like that's wildly irresponsible for both parties to be putting up these geriatric dudes.
If we have a minimum age, why don't we have a maximum age?
Right? Right? It's time to have a conversation about taking grandpa's keys away. He can't be
Yeah.
driving anymore. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
This is
I didn't
not
even realize, like, I was too busy like texting y'all and stuff. When I look back at some of the clips, it's just like he didn't make any
It's
sense. Some of
sad.
the stuff was just word soup. It made no
It's
sense.
sad. It's
very
sad. And here's the thing though is when you see him talking either scripted or even off script, just one-on-one, he's fine. I think the
Mhm.
problem is they over prepped him numbers and information and all this stuff, and then he gets up there and
Yeah.
doesn't know what's going on. It's like you should just let him go up there and talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he
Leave that
did
man
the
alone.
following day on the
Yeah,
campaign.
and he was fine.
Yeah, he was fine. He was a little
So
color, had a little color on him too.
yeah.
Eyes open a little bit more. He
Part of me wonders if this is like intentional.
AI. Oh,
I always wonder that. I always wonder, like, is this intentional? Like, what could be gained from this, or what is, he's the king of comebacks. Everybody likes to say. You remember he was out in what 2020 or whatever. He was counted out until South Carolina, and then all of a sudden he got a big boost.
he's
So
always
I
been a
wonder-
joke. No one's ever taken
Yeah.
him seriously, even as vice president. He's always been
Yep.
the butt of jokes. The fact that he became president is almost mind blowing. Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, and here he is,
Here
shuffling
he
up
is
across
talking
the
about what he's
stage.
going to do when he becomes president.
Like, buddy, Grandpa Joe.
Come on. What are you going to do? Do something now. And he keeps posting on Twitter or X talking about, I will uphold the law. Okay. Uphold the law. The law is that you have immunity. So go uphold it.
Yeah, now they told you what you have. You
Mhm.
have, what, 5 months or whatever
Mm-hmm.
to do whatever it is you feel like you need to do.
Yep.
Do some things. Executive orders, let's go.
Let's go.
I don't know
So-
what else you could do.
Yeah, I don't know. I tried to ask ChatGPT what are some things he could do. They said
You and ChatGPT have the craziest relationship, I swear.
that's boo. But yeah, so I don't know, but it's frustrating. And then there was the thing, like, I didn't read it, so I don't know. I just know that homeless people can't be homeless anymore. So we're basically going to pay for
You
them
can't
now.
sleep outside. You can't
Yeah,
sleep
are they going
outside.
to get a citation? Are they going to get arrested? Like, what happens if
I
they?
mean, what's the point? I don't understand that. What's the point? Cite them. Then what?
Yeah. Then what?
They're homeless.
They're
How are they gonna
homeless.
pay the citation?
And if you put them in jail, we're paying for that anyway. So, it's so funny. People want to pay for what they want to pay for. They love paying for jail, but hate paying for housing.
Right.
Think about that.
Right.
That is housing, free healthcare, free food,
Mm-hmm.
free slave labor,
Criminalizing just trying to live.
right? And it's almost like it's a setup for something, because all of these jobs, I still don't have a fucking job. All of these jobs, people getting laid off, people getting homeless and stuff, and now it's illegal to be homeless. Like, make it make sense. My friend sent me an article from the Bay Area talking about all the laid off tech workers should donate plasma. Like, really? This is the
Jesus.
solution? Why isn't anyone talking about that? But we're talking about handicap in golf
And black jobs.
and black jobs, whatever that means.
I can't believe when Trump said that, I was like, it reminded me of when Mitt Romney said binders full of women. I've got binders full
Yes.
of women. I was
Funny.
like, this is the tagline, black job. What is a black job? And I know what he was trying to say.
Mhm.
I know exactly he was trying to
What
say
was he trying to say?
unskilled labor. He
Mhm.
was trying to say,
Janitor.
manual unskilled labor.
Mhm.
So no. And so I love how social media is taken off, like, oh, just us doing our black jobs, and it's like
Yes.
all these attorneys and judges and
Yes.
all these
Surgeons,
doctors and like
Yeah.
like these just a day doing the black jobs. It's like stupid.
But it just
can't.
reminded me of just another barrier to entry, the racism of all these, the workplace, trying to get into the workplace and jump through hurdles for what? For what?
A paycheck so you don't get cited for living out on the
Right?
streets. Ooh.
Beat me up, man.
But this is all part of that Project 2025.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
crazy.
And it's really crazy that they have published this. It's available for you to read,
Mhm.
and a lot of this it's a playbook, and they are doing everything they are setting out to do. And one of the main pieces is stacking Supreme Court and getting these things changed. They don't like regulation. All these people with the money, all the companies, all that stuff. They don't want to be regulated. They
Nope.
don't want the EPA telling them they can't dump their stuff somewhere or whatever.
Exactly, and they got
so-
that, so they got that check.
Yeah. Yep.
Now
Jobs.
these people who are experts are no longer experts.
Yeah. I mean,
who
they're
cares?
experts, but
I
who
mean, but
cares, you know?
their expertise is invalidated almost.
Yeah.
It's who
Or
cares?
and it's going to be replaced by judges. Lack of expertise, their
Yeah.
interpretation,
Yep.
which is, and I think this is exactly what the framers didn't want. They didn't want a power grab. It was three branches to check each other, and the Supreme Court seems to be grabbing and taking a lot of power for itself and
Yes.
doing a lot of stuff. Melissa Murray is a professor at NYU law, and she has written several books. She's a political analyst too. She does a podcast called Strict Scrutiny. You should check it out. They talk about a lot of like the SCOUS decisions and kind of break it down for you. But she was saying that every single year since 2020, they have taken away a right, or they've overturned precedent every single year. So they had Dobbs. This there was some kind of voting rights. I don't know if it's Voting Rights Act, voting something that happened. They took away. Where is it? It was the one. What did we just talk about?
The EPA,
like the the agency. So administrative law stuff. They changed that. The Chevron. They overturned or whatever, validated Chevron deference. And then now here we are basically changing what a president can and cannot do.
And I thought conservative like to stick with what existed already and conserve. So that's interesting. Like we're just.
I don't know that they're conservatives though.
Yeah,
I think if you talk to conservatives, they're like, "This ain't us either. I don't know what this is. This is some other stuff."
Like us. They not like us. It's just made up, and I don't know what's about to happen. We have also, I think it's a bill, so it's not law yet, but men over 18 will no longer need to register for the Selective Service. They'll automatically be enrolled in it. That's a current bill right now. So if that gets signed into law, which I would hope Biden wouldn't sign that into law, but who knows? Then we have people who are 18. What's happening? Are we getting ready for World War III? Like, what's going on? It seems like we're preparing for something.
I'm the only things I can think of are really scary.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Scary.
I mean, I think we joke a lot about it, but Gilead, like this feels real Handmaids-ish. Like there's a lot of stuff that just feels. I can see how it could happen.
I refuse to be guilted into voting for Biden. And that's what people say. Oh, you're not going to vote for Biden because of a bad debate. No, he's president right now. He can do something and he's choosing not to. So what's going to change when he's elected besides not getting the opportunity to maybe appoint someone to the Supreme Court? And
what would you like him to do?
People are going to have to suffer. I don't know, stack the courts he can stack, appoint the judges he can appoint, do anything that Trump would have done. Like not be criminal, but do things that work in your party, in your people's favor.
Here's the thing, and this is I guess a commentary on the debate and both of their presidencies. And I feel like it's their personality and it's what we hate and love about both of them. Trump was in your face he had a press conference every day. Like we need to see you every day.
Right.
But he made sure to tell you everything. He was in your face. If he so much as took a big shit, he let you know. Like he wanted you to know everything. Biden's not doing that. So even the CHIPS Act, Inflation Reduction Act, things he's doing, he's not telling people. People don't know. People have no idea what he's doing. Trump will let you know. He will make up shit. He will put it in your face. He will tweet about it. He will Truth Social it or whatever. He will be on all your channels. I think they've done a really shitty job of putting information out there, letting people know, hey, we just passed this bill. This bill is going to do X, Y, and Z for you. Look what we did. Look what we did. Look what we did. They haven't done that.
And they always get defeated.
Yeah, but I mean, the things that they have done in the last 3.5 years, they're doing a shitty job of sharing and spreading that information. So people are like, oh, you haven't done shit. You know, you haven't done anything.
Yeah,
And it's
especially
like,
when it's not
they have
palpable.
done stuff. They're just not, yeah.
Yeah,
But it's,
because
I mean,
people out here on the streets, you know, like it's just not a good look. We're out here at war. I mean, we're funding wars, and I mean, we've always done that, but I don't know. It's just another thing like the student loan forgiveness. If Trump wanted student loan forgiveness, he would have found a way to get student loan forgiveness.
yeah. Well, that's because everybody's trying to, Democrats trying to do everything by the book. They try to do everything right. They're trying to be, you know, take the high road and do it. And that's cute. But that's not getting things done.
Okay.
And it's just like, you can't play like that if the other team's not playing by the rules. Like, that doesn't work.
Yeah, you can't go high while they go low.
Yeah, no, because you're just going to be asked out.
Everyone's like, a vote not for Biden is a vote for Trump. And I'm like, that's fine. I'm willing to accept the consequences because I can't honestly go in and vote for Biden. At least not at this point. I'm willing to be convinced.
He's got my vote. I don't care. Like, I cannot.
I understand.
Because this is just like, he just now, I mean, think about it. He gets elected, Trump. He's got immunity to do whatever the hell he wants. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, we're gonna be Handmaid's Tale. Slavery might be back.
I was just talking to my husband about that. I mean, we were talking about Dobbs and going back and forth. He's very pro-life, and so we're having this conversation about it. And I said, you know, as a woman, like, it feels like a huge right, even though I, in my life, am pro-life. You know, I'm pro-choice in general, but for me, I probably would never have an abortion. Like,
what were his thoughts about the children who are dying and the mothers who are dying?
I kept bringing it up, and he was just like, well, that's
infant mortality rate.
I mean, I think he was just thinking they're, you know, these are one-offs. These are one thing. And I said, you know what, there's a lot that goes on with pregnancy. And there's a lot of people who are doctors who are terrified to do anything because they will go to prison for doing so. They don't know how to act or how to do stuff. There are women getting sent home from hospitals bleeding or with dead tissue in their bodies.
Yeah,
sepsis. Yes, all that stuff. And they have to literally be dying to be treated, to receive an abortion or to receive, you know, whatever health care that they need. So I think there is still very much the idea and the message that people are using abortion as birth control. And I feel like that is not the majority of abortions. I just, and the bullshit that Trump was talking about, abortions in the 9th month. Please find me somebody doing that.
No, he said after they were born.
That's murder. Like, that's murder.
He said people were after they were born or something crazy.
I mean, it's, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, but oh, I was talking about Dobbs, and I was talking about, like, it's a whole segment of the population, women who have had a fundamental right taken away, and he couldn't kind of grasp that. And I said, well, let's change it up. What if all of a sudden, and I said it was in the Constitution, because we were talking about the framers, and he was like, they were geniuses. They created, you know, this, and I was like, okay, you know, like, they did a good thing, but I don't know, they couldn't have fathomed the world that we have today.
Yeah,
There's no way.
No way.
And so, you know, it was a right found by the Supreme Court in the Constitution under privacy or whatever. Griswold, I don't know what the case is, whatever. But, like, what if the Supreme Court decided, hey, you know what? Black people, y'all you don't count.
Yeah.
You know, like, what if they decided to change it? He's like, they would never do that. I said, well,
they already did.
A lot of people didn't think, you know, like, what if they decided Dred Scott, or, you know, let's overturn that, or Plessy versus Ferguson is like, that's it. Let's separate but equal. Let's do it. Let's go back to that. What if they decide that?
Oops. I didn't mean we should, but we were doing quite well. They were the ones who didn't like it. Wanted to burn everything down to the ground because we were so successful. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's F around and find out.
But I mean, what if they go there? Oh no, that wouldn't, you know, and it's like, well, that's what they, in effect, that's kind of they took a fundamental right away from women.
Yeah.
And it's more about, not about the abortion itself, but it's more about bodily autonomy. And like, you're telling me what I can and cannot do with my body.
Yeah. Even in the case of
that seems,
death.
but that seems like it should be on par with what Republicans want. Like, get out of my business.
Yeah.
I'm not getting the vaccine. You're not going to make me do that.
I thought
isn't that the same?
Maybe that's libertarian I'm thinking about, but I thought they didn't want government involved in everything. Don't get involved in my homes. Don't get involved in my family. But you want to be involved all up in people's bodies.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Clarence Thomas said, hey, like, we can apply this. The same rationale can apply to things like Lawrence. I mean, gay sex.
Mm-hmm.
That's under privacy too. So what if hey, that's not allowed anymore? Marriage equality, not allowed anymore. Birth control, not allowed anymore.
All of these
over IVF. Yeah, all of that. That whole umbrella of privacy that Roe was under, all of those other rights are under there too. So if Roe can be invalidated, all the rest of them. So people are like, oh yeah, Roe. Yeah, okay. Well, your gay best friend or your gay brother is going to be screwed over because they will not be able to love who they love anymore, or they will be criminalized for loving who they love. Imagine that.
You can love it, might be about Roe. Y'all might be in jail.
Interracial. That's what I said. I said, what about loving versus Virginia? Like, what if interracial marriage is like, that would never happen? I said, you don't know.
People sit around and say that would never happen, and then it happens. And I think that's why I blame the people more than anything. If you don't want more people should be looking into third parties or something. But people are lazy. People aren't going to vote. I think people just aren't going to vote. And then you're going to have the few people who vote for either side.
I think women are going to vote.
Like they voted for Trump last time?
Yeah. I mean, maybe. But in 2022, women came out.
Yeah.
Because abortion was on the ballot. So I think if you have an issue, they're not really coming out to vote for president, but if there's an issue on the ballot that they're interested in or find important.
It starts at the local level. Local elections really matter, and I think that's where people need to really vote. And whoever's president is going to have a free for all because they can do whatever they want, pretty much.
I mean, I'm thinking about some of the stuff he did, like clearing out the Black Lives Matter protesters with tear gas and rubber bullets so he could take a picture in front of the church. Like, is that an official act?
Yep.
What if they use real bullets to clear him out? Is that an official act still?
Yep. Probably.
Like,
Probably.
That's scary. This is scary.
I don't know, but I feel like people like you should be really concerned because you have a legacy. You got kids who are going to grow up dealing with the
to be handmaids and eye soldiers for the eye or whatever.
Ugh.
Lord.
But who knows? Like not having bodily autonomy, not being able to love who you want to love, not being able to make a living, like all of these things are possible. And they're becoming more and more possible each day. I would just love, maybe it's the petty in me, but as a petty
I love the petty in you.
As a petty person, I'd be like, oh, really? I got immunity. Oh, okay. Or really? Okay. This means that. Okay. It's on and popping. I would go and try it all. Try me. F around and find out.
The petty in me honors the petty in you. That's our shirt. That's our new shirt.
Yeah.
It's not the light in me. It's not namaste. It's some whole other stuff. The petty in me honors the petty in you.
That's because that's what I noticed.
Namaste, baby.
As a petty person, when you do that, then that's when the people who thought it was okay will be like, oh wait, no, it's not.
Well, and that's part of what I was thinking is like, Biden's still president right now.
Why he acts like he's a lame duck.
And you just dropped this though. You just dropped this, and he's still in office.
Yeah.
If people had their shit together, grew a pair, whatever, they would use the next few months to do some serious stuff. Oh, this is what you're going to grant the president? Okay. So I'm going to put 7 more people on the Supreme Court. Boom, boom, boom. Here are my people. Let's go ahead and have the hearings now and get this done.
Mm-hmm.
Advice and consent of Senate or whatever. And let's go.
Yep.
You know?
And, the Republicans would block that, like they always do, successfully. But I have a question. Where is the real life Olivia Pope or somebody? Who is dealing with strategy here? Seems like nobody is.
She working for Trump.
Oh, she is? Oh, wow.
No? I'm thinking whoever it is, she's probably working for Trump. That's how this is getting done. Yeah, I don't know. Olivia Pope, where are you at?
Right?
That's got to be a real person.
Yeah,
I would love that job.
Right? That's a fun job.
I want to be a gladiator.
Yeah, I can't deal with
the
killing
that show.
Part. I would love to do it, but I don't want to kill people.
No, I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah.
You could have one Huck person who does that, like one Huck character.
Exactly.
He does all the crazy. That's fine. And then
when everybody got their
I know somebody in the FBI. We could have her come along.
Right.
She can take care of that part. I know she fed up too. Stuff, so.
Fed up. Ha ha. I
didn't even think about that.
Like in another world, I would be in the FBI. I just hate. I could never work for the government, and it sucks because every time I look for jobs and doing things that I want to do, it's always for the government.
Government job. I would love to run for office. I would love to
do it. You can run for local office.
I don't see it. Why don't
you become a representative for your city council? Just start locally.
I don't see it.
You might not even be contested. It might be uncontested. Why? What do you mean you want to do it but you don't see it? What do you mean?
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know what I mean.
I mean, I don't want to do it because I feel like I'm not even a bad person, but I feel like I'm too much on social media and stuff. People will find something.
Yeah, I don't need people in my business.
Yeah, I don't want to be scrutinized. I want to help people. Like I would love to maybe be a lobbyist or something in the background, be the puppet strings. Like, ooh, maybe I need
the Olivia Pope.
Yeah.
I mean, your PI skills, I mean, get you a white suit.
Right? And just be behind the scenes doing things. I don't have to do the mixing and mingling.
Find you a Fitz.
Right? Ugh. I'm like, what's his name? What was his name?
Jake.
Wait. Oh, Jake. I'm wrong show.
Yes. Yeah. Noel's fine too. But Jake was, yes.
Yeah, give me a Jake.
Shoot. But yeah, I you know what? I said earlier, I'm feeling sick. It does make me physically ill to see somebody so entitled continue throughout his life to get away with fucking everything. Just everything.
Eat burgers every day.
Everything. Yeah. He hadn't had a heart attack yet. Like he's
right?
eating, like just everything. How? And he's so talented. I'm not even like mad at it. I'm mad. I'm sick about it. But I mean, he is so talented in the way that he has got people so like mentally in love with him.
Yeah.
Somehow he got people like wrapped around his fingers, like just thinking he is everything.
People are looking for
no wrong.
Yep.
I mean, it's insane to me.
People always want a savior.
Like people loved Obama, but they weren't on this level.
No.
This is crazy. This is some. They will go to the Capitol and risk life.
Yeah,
and limb to go do. Like that's crazy.
People died. Yeah.
Erecting gallows, like we're gonna hang people for you because you lost and your feelings are hurt.
Yeah, but we talked about this before. It wasn't even what?
It wasn't even it wasn't anything like a real threat to him. It was just his feelings were his ego was hurt.
Ego. He's a big egomaniac. Big time. But that's the thing. Part of me is disgusted by January 6th, and part of me is like, isn't that what you're supposed to do? To the guillotine, I don't know. Like, isn't that what you're supposed to do if you feel like you're a revolutionary and you've been wronged? Isn't that, I mean, what you're supposed to do? So I don't know. I go back and forth with that. Because I thought it was treason, but apparently not. And also, what was official about Trump's act? I'm sure you probably read up on it because I didn't, and I don't get like how
About what act?
his bribing Stormy Daniels. What's official about that?
Oh, why is he trying to get it removed?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's not saying that the act is official. In Justice Roberts' opinion, he said that, and this is kind of like a little FU to the United States because it's Trump versus the United States, and to Jack Smith, or what's his name? Jack Smith?
I don't know.
The special prosecutor or whatever. It's his way of saying, like, also, you cannot use evidence. If your evidence rests on an official act that he participated in, you can't use that as evidence. So a lot of the evidence consisted of his tweets, like things that he did during his time as president. So the tweets, communication while he was president, they're saying those were official acts, and you can't use that to support your case. So official acts can't be used. You can't be charged for any crimes if they were official acts, and you can't use official acts as evidence to prove something else, which is stupid. Like, it's just stupid.
How is this not seen as bribery the way that the Supreme Court aligns with whoever appointed them? I don't understand.
And they're not supposed to.
Yeah, they're not supposed to. We got Clarence Thomas getting trips and stuff like.
And his wife was involved in January 6th, so he should have recused himself. Alito's wife over here hanging flags and talking all kind of mess about how, you know, a flag upside down, and then she's hanging the whatever January 6th, whatever that tree flag. She's with the group. She's about it. So both of them should have been recused because this is about January 6th. And all the whatever group. So it's like they sat on there. And nobody checks the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
There's nobody to check them. Nobody.
I had a little pin. I don't know what happened. It said "fuck SCOUS." I gotta find it. I need to wear that. I need to wear it out.
Nobody.
But all good things must come to them. We're a very young country, and I don't think this is sustainable. I'm curious to see what will happen, but I think we're going to implode, become some kind of who knows? I don't even know, something that hasn't existed yet. Some kind of king, like I don't even know. I can't even say, but it's just it sucks. And people aren't talking about, I was just listening to the radio today talking about how all these colleges are closing down. They're losing their accreditation. They're closing down. We had one here, University of the Arts, closed down. Can you imagine going to school and just being told you don't have a school to go to, and now you can't go anywhere else? No one's going to accept.
And you done took student loans out to go there for whatever period of time?
That's crazy. And it's happening also in rural areas. People's schools are closing down. It happened in San Diego, one of the art schools. Like, it's happening a lot, and people aren't talking about it. And I'm thinking, what else is happening that we aren't talking about because we're blinded by this stuff, which is important. But there's also smaller scale things that are happening that aren't so smaller scale if they keep happening.
Could you imagine if you were in law school right now, what your con law class would look like?
Oof, that would anybody.
Or if you were a professor?
Everybody's like, oh man, like
you're taking the semester off, folks.
Yeah, whatever is obsolete now. I was in a Citizens. I don't even remember. What was it?
Citizens
United. Yeah, that was when I was in school.
Same. Yeah.
So who knows?
I had a friend write a law review article on that.
Wow. Look, so much has changed. The laws, the rules have changed. I couldn't even imagine.
And this is why it's so important, because one F up electing this dude and the impacts that it's like the ripple effect for generations. Like it's so important. And I don't think people take this right, this responsibility, this voting piece of being a citizen seriously.
I feel like they
don't want to do it.
They do.
I don't think that they look at it. I think they're like, this is my group, this is my party, that's what I do, period. Like, they don't look into it to see, like, I don't know. I mean, and maybe I'm speaking like in too generally or whatever, but I feel like people are just like, I'm a Republican or I'm a Democrat, so everything that they do, that's what I'm about. Instead of looking at it and saying, hey, you know what? I think the taxes are too high here. Like, because I consider myself, I'm a Democrat, but I'm very centrist. Like, there's some things I think, you know, a little conservatively on. Some things I'm a little more. I'm definitely not like an AOC.
Yeah, same.
Progressive. They're crazy. There's some stuff over there that I'm like, y'all need to sit down for a second. And then there's some stuff on the right that I'm just like, this. Where's the middle? These are the people I think that have
like Obama.
Yeah, like just they got their heads on straight. They understand that they need to work together to get things done, and almost like negotiation. Like nobody's going to be happy, but we're going to be okay.
Yes,
like, everybody's trying to be happy, and nobody's okay. You know what I mean? Like you can't get all the crazy shit you want because we're doing it for everybody.
No, we're just dividing, and someone said, "Oh, if Trump," someone said if Trump wins, we're going to have a race war. I'm like, we're having a race war already. It's like, who knows what's going to happen? And I'm willing to accept those consequences of voting for Einstein or for Pat or whoever I end up voting for, knowing that Trump could be elected and could appoint two, three, who knows how many more justices to the Supreme Court, and they can bring back slavery. Who knows what they're going to do, but
bring back slavery,
you know.
You're like, I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with it, but I think sometimes people need consequences, and this is the consequence of these choices that we have and that we've made. So
I
don't know.
Say about that. I really don't. I'm still sort of in shock that Hillary lost. Like, it's bringing me back. Like, what?
I'm not. And that's the thing. I'll never forget. I was in London, so it was overnight. And I was just like, I couldn't sleep. I'll wake up and it was still not called. I was wake up and like, oh no, Trump's going to win. And sure enough, I woke up and Trump won. And I think it was partially because a lot of people didn't take it seriously. Even I remember listening to the radio and people were like, oh, there's no way Trump can win. Hillary Clinton's got this in the bag. And that kind of mentality is how you get yourself with Trump as president.
Yeah. And that would happen now.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're not excited or motivated to get out there.
Yeah.
I also think there was some shady stuff surrounding the election though, like Comey putting out that letter, you know, a month or so before the election, talking about he put out some letter talking about Hillary and I don't know if it was Benghazi or her emails. It was something.
Oh, I forgot.
Remember, and he wasn't supposed to do that.
Strategery.
Yeah, so it's just a whole bunch of shit. I don't know.
What do they call that? I forgot. There's a word for it, like that last minute surprise, November surprise or something. I forgot what it's called.
I think October
surprise. Something that happens right before the election that can change it either way.
I'm really curious to know, because everybody's very careful about how they speak about this, but we have to be very realistic. Homie is 81 years old. Mm-hmm. Trump is 78. You know, our fathers, our parents didn't live to be that old.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so realistically, like anything could happen.
Mm-hmm.
They may not be here for November 5th for the election. What is the contingency plan? Like, what is the plan?
Kamala, and then
is that the plan?
Who is?
I've heard people talking, and they're like, I don't think that it would be Kamala. People are like, naturally, you would guess because she's the VP, but like, I don't know. Or who would the Republicans put up? Or would we have to postpone it and just start a whole new thing again? Who decides that? The Supreme Court?
We would just be in limbo. We would be in limbo. Nothing getting done.
Let me get my passport in order.
I keep looking. I'm like, this is the perfect time. I'm looking for work. This would be the perfect time to leave, but nobody wants me. I don't know where to go. Gotta keep looking.
I don't know.
Gotta get out of here.
We just gotta. I want to see what happens. That's all.
Mhm.
And I'm impatient about it. Like, I want to see right now. Like, what's happening?
Yeah, I don't know. But did you see? Oh my gosh, did you see that 77-year-old Democrat from Texas came out and said that Biden needs to withdraw?
I
Yeah,
love it. What the hell?
right? A 77-year-old. Let me see. Where is he? Let me see.
They really need to. Like, what are we doing?
Lloyd Doggett calls on Biden to withdraw.
Lloyd Doggett.
Yes, from the presidential race. Doggett, 77, is the first Texas Democrat in Congress to call on President Biden's withdrawal.
I don't know who to put it on, but I feel like I need to blame somebody. Maybe it's the younger people, Pete Buttigieg and Cory Booker.
Booty judging everywhere.
I don't know who else. I guess Gavin Newsom's young-ish.
Yeah.
These young people, AOC even, the squad, all them. Like, kick the old people out.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Tell them to go. You've
I feel
done
like
your job.
scaredy
Thank you for
cat.
your service. It's time for y'all to leave. We got this. You know what I mean? Like, that's what needs to happen, because this is they're sticking around till death, literally. Y'all should be retiring and enjoying your old age, not dying in your
go
position.
Play golf. Go talk about your handicap.
Yeah.
Where else?
I mean, they're literally staying till they die.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's just selfishness, you know, or maybe they're not confident in the skill set of the next generation coming up. I don't know. Oh,
Can you see my screen?
Doggett. Yeah, let's see it.
Well, in less than 4 months, Americans will start casting the ballots in the presidential election. And today, a Democratic congressman who represents part of Austin is calling on President Joe Biden to let someone else run.
Congressman Lloyd Doggett became the first Democrat in Congress to call for President Biden to withdraw from the election. He cited the president's performance in last week's debate. Congressman Doggett is serving his 15th term in Congress. In a statement, he applauded President Biden's devotion to a life of public service, but said President Biden is trailing former President Donald Trump in the polls and did not reassure voters in the debate last week. President Biden faced criticism from members of his own party, saying he sounded raspy, among other things.
Really?
Congressman Doggett said, in part, quote, "My decision to make these strong reservations public is not done lightly, nor does it in any way diminish my respect for all that President Biden has achieved." He goes on to say, recognizing that, unlike Trump, President Biden's first commitment has always been to our country, not himself. I am hopeful that he will make the painful and difficult decision to withdraw, end quote.
Now, with calls like this one from Congressman Doggett, some have asked, how would Democrats replace President Biden as the nominee, and is it really feasible? Well, at this point in the election cycle, most experts say the president would have to remove himself from the race, releasing his delegates. Another, even less likely option would be if a majority of the delegates who are pledged to vote for President Biden at this summer's Democratic convention don't. But if either of those things happened, it would create challenges with who would run, because according to the Democratic Party's rules, President Biden is the only eligible candidate that can be nominated.
Damn.
And everybody's saying, who is that dude? Ezra Klein was saying that if we were to replace him, it needs to be done like now. It's July. Like, this person needs to launch a campaign. We need to have, debates. We need to get to know who this person is. They need to get out there and start, like, so much needs to be done in literal months before we vote. So, especially if the person isn't known to us. You know how, like, Obama came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, if the person that they decide on isn't
Is
widely
Bernie
known
Sanders
to
alive?
people,
I mean, but he's pretty old himself.
I think he's not interested. I think they've asked him or they've talked to him about stuff, and he's like, "No, I'm not He's not trying to do all that.
Man.
So, How do we find ourselves here, though? This is what? 81 and 78.
We had, who did we have? We had DeSantis. We had, who's the lady from
Nikki Haley.
Yeah, Nikki Haley. No Democrat. I mean, who?
Well, you'd have to go back to 2020 to think
Yeah,
about who
Kamala,
ran then.
Andrew something.
Andrew Yang,
Andrew Yang.
Pete Buttigieg.
Yeah. The mayor. Who was the
Elizabeth
mayor?
Warren.
The old mayor. We try.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Bill.
Amy Klobuchar.
Yeah, this horrible. Like, there's
nobody exciting. There's no excitement.
It used to be there was always some rising star, always like Obama, Bill Clinton, Bush kind of snuck in there. But there is Reagan, like there was always some kind of rising star. And like, I don't understand what happened. It seems like there's no stars. I mean, AOC maybe, but she doesn't have that presidential, not capacity, presentation. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the party's like, I was excited about Cory Booker for a minute, but he slacked off, and you know, he's a big corporate whatever dependent. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even. I really liked Pete Buttigieg. Like he was that was my dude in 2020. I was like, this guy is sharp.
And what is he now? The Secretary of what? Something?
Transportation, and we got all these trains derailing and shit all over the place. I'm like, man, why'd you put him there?
Yeah.
I mean, because he was brilliant. He speaks several languages. He served in the military. He is gay. He is married. He's a father. He is just brilliant. Like you ask him a question, he stops and thinks, which to me is like a sign of like intelligence. Obama would do that. A lot of people do that. You stop and think. You don't just open your mouth and start saying some stuff.
Exactly.
He stops, thinks, composes his response, and then answers. Yeah. The bar is low, okay? The bar is real low. Just stop and think for a second, and then answer. I really was like rooting for him. And he was young. I thought he would bring a lot of energy. Just a lot. I think we need youth after the last 2 terms with all these, seniors. We need somebody youthful.
So we have a lawyer, we have a businessman. Do you think that matters? Do you think we need lawyers in these positions? Do we need business people who represent the people to represent the people? Does it matter? I can't even think of anyone right now who could run on either side.
Who isn't damaged already?
Yeah,
like unless even the Republican side. Somebody was talking about a possible ticket for the Democrats. They were talking about Kamala, and for her to run with. I'm forgetting. He was a Republican on the January 6th committee. What? Adam Kinzinger.
Oh, okay.
To make it kind of like a unifying kind of ticket. And they're both young. I don't know. I think my main criteria is just, can you be young? Can you be younger? Like energetic? Responsible?
And what would that do?
I feel like it's energizing. It's more energizing. I feel like there is the optics of it. Like, look at Macron. Look at, Trudeau, whatever. Like Trudeau, like a youthful, virile, strong individual. Because both of these they don't look strong.
Yeah, and then we don't look strong as a country. And we're under attack all the time. So we're vulnerable. And so to think about it on the world stage as well is scary, because people aren't thinking about this kind of stuff. Like, we're under attack, like literally, and through the internet,
information, IT, yep.
Yeah, IT,
technology,
like all these things, people taking over electric grids and stuff, and who knows what's
And
possible.
we got two dudes talking about golf
Golf, yeah.
and carrying your own bags and swings.
People, yeah, people losing jobs. Like, this is not, and that's why I think it's frustrating, because these statistics look all cute and things, but we've had the most layoffs since the economy is worse for like people in the tech industries since before the pandemic. And I don't
What's
see
happening
anything
in tech?
right. Just a lot of layoffs. I think people are
But
realizing.
as a result of what? I wonder if
think-
there's like regulations that have changed or anything that's
I
changed.
think people
Like,
are realizing they were going off of a lot of people were, I don't know how to say it, they were spending more than they could, inflating salaries, and so there's a correction now because people aren't making the money that they expected to make. And this is all fake, because it all just goes off of valuation and
yeah.
and what people say something is worth. So people
But then
also blindly hiring
What I
people.
wonder though is, and then that gets the blame for that gets assigned to whoever's in the office at the
President,
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
or the previous.
I don't know. Obama needs to talk to Joe. Don't they have a relationship? Like, he's just Joe. Come on, Joe. I said Obama needs to talk to Joe.
I mean, you think he should step down
Something.
or
Like,
wake
either
up?
that or like prove some. He needs to prove some. Like, go out there and do some pull-ups. Something. Like, because
You didn't like his tan? He had a tan, and he came out. He was like,
I mean,
Everybody
he was
has a
falling
bad
off of bikes. He fell off a bike that one time, and that was on the news forever. He's over here doing the shuffle, getting across the stage to get to his podium. Like,
Yo!
he's got to do some stuff.
"Did you see
Come
that
on.
video with him at the Juneteenth celebration? Everybody
he
was
doing?
dancing. He was like this. It was so weird.
It was
I
nap
gotta see
time.
that. He was just, I'm like, how is he even standing up? And then it's so funny because I was telling people, I was like, oh, it breaks my heart to see Jill Biden.
You told me that. I was like, why do you feel bad for
And
her?
nobody cares. Like, yeah, you weren't the only one. Everybody's like, who cares? But it's just like she's having to talk on his behalf, speak on his behalf and everything. That's not a good look. It's just not a good look at all.
I mean, I don't know. Who's in charge here? Who are his handlers? Because there are people handling him. Like, who are those people? What are they doing?
Nothing. Just like you were talking about back a couple weeks ago about the Hunter Biden thing. And that's actually against pro-gun people. But they don't see it that way because it's Hunter Biden. So why not start doing something and use that in your favor? Like, I'm all about.
He should just pardon his son.
Yes.
F it. Who cares? Now,
Yeah.
I mean, he's 81.
Yeah.
He's going to be out of office. He's got immunity. It's an official act. And this is going to sound real bad, but he's 81. Do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be here for too much longer.
But
So who cares?
he's president until what, January 20th. So
Yeah.
he can wait to
Pardon Hunter.
just like Obama pardoned all his family members and stuff.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? That's your
Trump
son.
pardoned rappers and stuff.
That's your son.
Yeah, I think he should.
you know.
About like, what's this high road? What's this? Nobody else
That's
is
what I'm
figuring out
saying.
what's this high
That's
road?
family.
It's kind of like unrelated but related. Is like this whole nepotism thing, and how we talked about it before. How a lot of Black people don't believe in nepotism, and they want you to struggle and all this. Why should you have to struggle? Nobody else is struggling. If you can help somebody, help somebody. They're doing it.
The only reason that Hunter Biden was charged with these things is because he's your son anyway.
Exactly.
So you need to go pardon your son.
Agree.
Thank you. And then people can say whatever they want to say about it. I don't care. Who cares?
Gosh, I wish I could work for Saturday Night Live right now. I would just act all this stuff out. Just like see all the things he could do.
He needs to add people to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
I don't know how he can do that. What he can do.
357. Hey, 357.
357. 369.
These youngins are like 357. What's that?
What is that? What are they talking about? We old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what he could do, but I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
Same.
And I really think that would show people some stuff. That would be great for his campaign. Look what I did. You know what? I don't give a fuck. Look what I did. I'm not
Like,
playing no more. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
in his mind, it would look bad to the people, but it would look bad to Republicans, and Republicans would try to make it look bad, but the people would be invigorated.
you'd be like, thank you.
You got a pair. Oh shit! You got a pair.
Don't mess with Joe. Whew. He doesn't have the petty. He doesn't have that level of petty.
He has this
Ooh,
honor and this
petty.
bull crap thing that doesn't mean anything anymore. Like, it's 2024, dude. Get with the times. Nobody cares. You're gonna ruin a whole country off of your pride or something, whatever you call that. Honor.
Outdated. We don't care anymore. There is no honor.
We do not care.
We do not care.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's not black or white. It's not that easy. Sometimes you have to make difficult decisions. That's why you're the president. You have to make difficult decisions, and this is the time where you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
With
he
immunity.
came out and said, "I don't want it. I don't need these powers.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna use my power." Like
he's on some
you gonna
high
get a
horse.
ribbon? You
Right?
gonna get a
Yeah.
medal? Like, what are you doing? They just
Go
gave
ahead
you a
on and
present.
die. Yeah.
They gave
Die
you a
on that
present.
sword. Yeah. Hopefully somebody can talk some sense into him.
Or
What's
just put
Kamala
the
doing?
paper in front of him and have, hold his hand and make him sign it. You know?
I'm seeing photo ops of Kamala Harris with actors and stuff, so I'm guessing she's fundraising. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, she's out there.
Yeah.
She should have been out there the whole time. Where's she been?
Doing an electric slide.
I mean, where has she been?
I don't know, but
He should have been using her the whole time and building her up because he's 81 years old. You know what I mean?
and that was also I still don't understand, and maybe you do. Why did they pick her as the vice president? Because her own
Because
campaign
she's a black
was
woman.
foiled. I mean, was a mess. She
She's
had
a black
to quit.
woman.
She's blackish.
She's a black woman. That's it. I mean, that's all.
That's fucked. I mean,
that's why Joe Biden was chosen. Obama was young and black. He needed an
Yeah.
experienced older white man to balance the ticket.
I see. And so you had to balance.
Joe
the-
needed the same thing. Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, it's nothing to it besides
Yeah,
that.
he did. I mean, it hasn't done anything yet, but I forgot he did say he was going to put a black woman on the Supreme Court, and he did that.
He
I
did
forgot
the
about
very
that.
first, yeah.
But it's useless because there's not enough people, so maybe he should stack it up. I don't know what he can do, but let's ask ChatGPT and then we can get out of here. Let's see.
And then
Oh,
even
my God.
Justice Roberts was even saying, like, he was talking down. It was very condescending about the three justices who dissented, because the three Democrat appointed justices, Sotomayor, Kagan, and Jackson, dissented on the immunity case.
Mhm.
And he made it. He was very condescending when he spoke about them, almost as if they were like crying about it. Like, oh, like I forgot exactly what he said, but it was very nasty, like
Mhm.
very sexist, nasty sounding. Like, oh, the dissenters are boo-hooing kind of or whatever. And I didn't like that because they're three women.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
he-
yeah. I only heard Sotomayor. I mean, about Sotomayor's. I didn't think about that.
her dissent, yeah.
No, see, only the Congress.
Mm, mm, mm.
I don't know.
I
Oh,
mean,
well.
what could he do? Somebody out there, if you watch this, put it in the comments. Like, what could he do?
Yeah, what could he do?
What would you like to see him do?
Let us know.
Because I can think of a lot of things that Trump would do. I mean, Biden should just do those things in reverse or whatever.
Yeah, the opposite. Any
Yeah.
final thoughts?
No.
Damn. Well, every day I feel like I'm on edge. Not on edge in a bad way, but I guess I
Living on
probably
the
would.
edge.
It probably would be, but it seems like you just never know what to expect every day. There's going to be something new, some new bombshell. So this
People
is
love that though.
next 5
That was the beauty of Trump. Once Trump entered the political sphere, that's what it was. And I think that's what he brings to the table. And people love it.
Yeah.
Makes my
All
stomach
right.
hurt.
Well, go take some Pepto.
We'll see what happens this week.
Got some time. Yeah.
Pepto-Bismol. Kaopectate.
Right? Good luck, everybody. Good luck.
Yeah. God bless or whatever.
God bless America.